Hey everyone, Pool Shark here. Today's video is essentially just going to be one long round. No editing, just kind of giving you a full idea of the round flow. But over this round, I'm going to be talking a little bit about what I think about Battlefront 2, what I like, a few things I dislike, and just some other random topics that I happen to think of. Since I don't do really a script or anything, it's just going to be kind of random and probably, I might even repeat myself a few times. So on to the things I like. So I don't know, like 9 months ago, I made a video talking about how I think Battlefront 2 should go. And this is before the whole game changer thing came up. And it kind of just went through how I wanted better at weapon handling, more stuff, classes, etc. And pretty much they delivered on almost everything that I said. They added classes, which get rid of that silly star card system they had in the past, which essentially everybody just used the same 3 cards, depending on which one was the most overpowered and ridiculous to use. I think that alone is going to change just how the balance of the game is. It's going to be just a million times better balanced than the first game. And yes, a million times. You're not going to have people jumping around with the bowcaster, the jump pack, tossing nades from a mile away like you're freaking Uncle Rico tossing footballs over a mountain. The next thing I like is just how customizable everything is. Each class has their own customizable set of star cards. The weapons, you can customize parts on them and make them kind of your own and change the attributes on how they function. However, adding those makes it balance a little bit more difficult, so hopefully it's not too crazy like Battlefield 4, where there was a million attachments per gun and made balance a nightmare. While this isn't necessarily gameplay, I really like the fact that they took the time and made models for each of the eras. Like you have the Separatists here, you have the clones, you've got the Stormtroopers, First Order, and each of them are different depending on the map, which is fantastic little note and essentially attention to detail. But it may not affect gameplay, but it definitely affects the whole immersion thing that people talk about nonstop with the Star Wars universe. I think the next favorite thing of mine is just removal of the tokens, the hero system, the just in general to get vehicles and such. Now is a battle point system where everything you do gains you points. Objective play, killing, squad play, etc. all give you points that let you earn what you want as opposed to jumping around the map looking for the token that you want. The only problem I can see with this whole system is that people be camping the spawn screen, like right here, just sitting on this screen forever, waiting for their specific thing to come up if they have enough points. If you have enough points for a hero, I think people might try to sit in that menu. One possible solution to that is put a timer on it. You can only sit in that menu for 30 seconds before it automatically queues you up to spawn in. That might help a little bit with people's spawn screen waiting. I think my next favorite thing is the gunplay. There isn't just hold mouse button 1, don't even counter recoil, just sort of sit there, launch across the map, and you're going to get kills. You actually have to take a little bit of care in aiming in this game. I think it can be a little more. I think recoil should be increased a little bit just to kind of add a little bit to the skill gap. But don't give any of that random stuff that Battlefield 1 has where you can actually pull back the weapon, counter the recoil, and just figure out a weapon and become good with that weapon. I think my next favorite thing is going to be a little bit of a point of contention amongst people. I really love the cross-era heroes and everything that comes with it. I am in the camp where fun trumps the authenticity of everything. So if I want to play Rey in this map, I should be able to play Rey. This is supposed to be a sandbox, open Star Wars game. I don't think limiting heroes is a good idea at all. And if there is individual progression for each hero, making it so you cannot pick heroes in certain maps is going to really destroy the whole progression feeling and just the achievement that you get when you play these heroes. I do think there is a level of compromise though. If you're playing, say on this map, Theed, and you want to play as Kylo Ren, you should still be able to play as Kylo Ren. However, the battle points for picking Kylo Ren will be much higher. Whereas if you wanted to play as someone who's era specific, you can play as him, and it'll cost cheaper, which will not prevent people from selecting certain heroes, but it'll kind of lead them into picking era specific. But if you're really dead set on picking someone that's not in this era, you have to save up a ton of points and do really good in the game in order to do that. With all the things that I do like, I do think there are going to be a few sticking points on launch. One of them being heroes. No matter how many heroes DICE make for launch, there are always going to be a subset of the community that are going to be dead set on a certain hero. And if that hero's not in the game, they're going to be upset. And I don't think necessarily that it's right that they're upset. However, I can see their point. Yeah, they want this guy, whatever. Yeah. Constructive criticism is key when it comes to this. You don't have to go freaking out on developers on Twitter or Reddit or the forums just because you didn't get what you want. You are not the majority. You may have a few people that agree with you. However, overall, you are not the majority. Keep making suggestions. Keep making notes on what you think you like, what you don't like, and make a point to say it in a positive way that doesn't just cause everybody to kind of dismiss you because you're being a jerk. The quickest way to get ignored by a developer is to be a jerk to them and just constantly be like, I don't want this, give me this, I deserve this, I feel entitled to this. That's not a good look for anybody, and you will be completely ignored because I know I ignore people like that. I think another point of contention will be game modes. There will not be game modes for everybody. Certain people will like certain things. There may not be enough game modes. Game modes that you liked in the other game may not come back. You just have to remember that everything is done for a reason. This game, they're trying to make the most accessible, fun game possible that won't split the community like the prior game. And a big start with that is the idea of free DLC. This opens up a huge potential for bringing back stuff from the old game. If you love certain maps, if you love certain modes, make it known. They may come back. This isn't a completely different engine, so it is possible to port things over. Obviously, it's going to take work. It's not going to be instant, but make it known. If you liked a certain map in a certain mode, if it's not in at launch, make a note of it. Devs see this stuff all the time and can make decisions based on what you people want. And obviously, I can't talk too much about the things I know. I'm only talking about things that are confirmed, things I'd like to see. As a game changer, I'm under a crazy amount of NDAs, and I'm not trying to get kicked out of this program because it is a ton of fun, and I like trying to make games better. I like seeing the inside of how things work, the development process. That's super interesting to me, and I really don't want to get kicked out, so I'm not going to give away any type of information that could be construed as something that's coming or confirmed or whatever you people want to take out of it. So now that we have the whole ground combat, hero stuff out of the way, I think the next thing I want to see going forward for their marketing campaign are the space battles. Not really much is known about those, and the only thing we saw is that little snippet in the trailer at EA Play. There were vehicles in this game mode, however, it's not going to be the scale that space battles has. I want to see how that works, the flow of that, and how the AI reacts. I want to know if they're as dumb as they were in the last game. I just want to see the objectives, the way the maps are laid out, exactly how everything works. I know we're not going to get all of that in the next couple months leading up to it, but I would like to see something that gives us an idea of how everything works. This is pretty much my initial thoughts on what I saw and played at EA Play. Balance obviously is not going to be one of those things I hit on because when they have a build like this, EA Play, E3, however, whatever conference you're at, everything's going to be out of whack because they just kind of crank everything up to make things chaotic for show. So I'm not even going to touch on balance. Balance is not going to be something that I even look at until closed beta or open beta or whatever they said they were doing. And then from there, yeah, okay, balance. I'll start talking about what I think is overpowered, what I think needs some health or power or damage or whatever. But I am curious on what everybody else thinks. People were there at EA Play, people who are watching gameplay online. I want to know what you guys think about the way the game is in this point. What do you think needs to be added? What do you think needs to be changed? How could something be put in, taken out, whatever, changed to make the game feel better as a overall flow? So let me know in the comments of this video, because all those comments I can easily get to the developers. I mean, I'm a game changer. I can get these things to the developers, and as long as they're a half coherent thought, I mean, I have no problem passing that along. And developers will acknowledge it. They will read it, they will go through it, they will debate it. This stuff isn't just, it's not a one-way street. Developers will see stuff, they will go over it, and they will, if it's a good idea, they'll add it. And obviously I'm not going to talk directly about things I've seen or whatever because of the NDA, but I know for a fact that direct feedback from Game Changer sessions have caused things to change almost immediately. So they are listening. They do want ideas. They don't just want to have their thing out there. You either like it or you don't. They want you people to have fun. So give me ideas. Give the developers ideas. Let me send stuff to them that will help the game get better. So I think you've listened to my cult leader voice enough. You guys have an idea of what I like. I want to get an idea of what you like, so make sure you post it. I will fight you. And if you want, you can follow me on Twitter @the_poolshark, and you can give me comments there, and I will see them as well. So I hope you enjoy the video, and going forward, there will be a lot more Battlefront 2 videos because I actually really enjoy this game. So if you want to see more videos coming up in the future, subscribe. I'm not going to tell you to like or whatever because I find that kind of stupid. So do what you want. Even dislike, whatever. I don't care. Just do something. All right, take it easy.
Proceed inside the palace for final conquest. Seize designated areas before enemy reinforcements arrive.
Roger, roger.
Throne room nearly secure. Unexpected opposition. Superior weapons and programming have triumphed. The palace has fallen, as has Naboo.